I'm on my own, broken alone. I feel the rain crashing down all around this empty town. I'm searching for the lost and found, but you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air like a blazing flare. Just stare 'cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain was over. Keep you warm by the roaring sea. Oh, you meant the world to me.
With Game Time Picks, we make buying tickets easy by serving up only the best deals on sports, music, and shows.
What time is it?
It's game time.
Hello, everybody. What's going on? It's a live special edition of THPN Watch Along. It's myself, Kyle, along with my good buddy here, Neil Villapiano here, and we'll be with you guys for the next hour or so here, as it's one of the most glorious nights of the year. It is the NHL Draft Lottery, and we're going to use our good friends here at Tankathon to walk you through. We'll give you guys all the live updates as to who's picking where, and we're going to walk through the entire thing with you tonight, which starts in about 12 minutes or so. So make sure to get you guys ready for that. We'll quickly go through again, just kind of the procedures, what can happen, what can't happen, all that stuff. But Neil, how excited are you for the draft lottery coming up?
I mean, obviously, I don't have a dog in the race going into this year's lottery. So I'm really just intrigued to see how it all plays out. We had absolutely zero movement last year. So I'm kind of
We need
wondering.
something.
It would be nice to have something instead of like what Tankathon and what we know are to be the odds going into this lottery.
Yep.
I would like some drama. I would like something to kind of discuss. But yeah, no, I'm just looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing how it all shakes out, and yeah, I'm happy to be here. Not as stressful of a live as maybe some other ones we've done in the past.
As other ones,
As
I
other
know.
ones we've done for sure. But
It does affect a lot of our shows that are on the network. I've seen a lot from our guys at Orange and Backcheck with, concerned at being number 5 there for Philadelphia, wondering if they go up and they go down and all that. But yeah, let's get real quick. We'll bring it up again for everybody to kind of see here real quick. Let's quickly explain here the possibilities that can kind of go on tonight. So obviously, you have San Jose with the best odds to get the number 1 pick, as it follows below here: Chicago, Nashville, Philadelphia, and etc. In terms of any trades that were made for first overall picks, first round picks, top 10 protected, all that kind of stuff, there's only one team that really gets affected by this, and it is the Calgary Flames, which I'll explain in a second here. The lock button on there for the New York Rangers here, they did trade their first round pick to the Vancouver Canucks, which they then used to grab Marcus Pettersson, etc. from Pittsburgh. It is top 13, very specific, protected. So, if the Rangers, for some reason, it could happen, they could fall below 13, although it's highly unlikely. That pick would then go to the Pittsburgh Penguins. If not, if it stays the way it is, the Rangers will keep their first round pick. Again, the only thing that can change in terms of swapping picks here is the Calgary Flames down at number 16. They sent their first round pick over to Montreal, and the only way the Flames can get their pick back is if they jump the 10 spots necessary in order to jump inside the top 10, which is top 10 protected. If it stays the same, which again, there's a high chance of that, the Canadians will be picking 16th. The teams that are in contention for the number one pick tonight are as follows from 1 to 11, where you have the Sharks, the Blackhawks, the Predators, the Flyers, the Bruins, the Kraken, Sabres, Ducks, Penguins, Islanders, and Rangers. Those are the 11 teams that do have a shot at the number one overall pick tonight. And I don't think I'm missing anything else, am I?
Nope. Pretty much. That's pretty much. I don't want to say self-explanatory, but that's pretty much what is at stake for everybody.
Yep.
It'll be really interesting. Again, it's always an interesting time for everybody because I think the first question you really have to ask is like, well, whoever wins this, who is the likeliest number one overall pick? I think it's fair to say, Kyle, that for the first time in a while, it kind of depends on who you ask. And it might also depend on the team that has the number one overall pick and how their draft board looks over the next couple of months. But yeah, I don't think we're not in one of those years where there's like a definitive number one overall pick like Macklin Celebrini last year or Connor Bedard 2 years ago or anything like that. So I think there's a lot of questions that obviously some of them will be answered tonight. And I think also what should be interesting is that depending on who gets the first overall pick, I think it would be fun to maybe discuss a little bit, who they might end up taking with that first overall pick.
Of course, yeah. I remember, I think the best way to put it was there was a tier list that was brought out for draft prospects here. I think it was actually the New York Times that brought it up here. So I actually wanted to, real quick, before we go back to our nice little board here in a second, I'll bring up just some of the potential names here that can go early on here. Now, this draft is going to be a little bit weaker compared to last year's, where the defense, there isn't as many defense that are going to be taken early on, although we could be mistaken. There's a lot of different scenarios that could be potentially played out here with the draft prospects. So the number one overall kind of selection here, the consensus a little bit is going towards Matthew Schaefer. And then it kind of gets honestly a little bit dicey from there, right? Like you mentioned Michael Misa now being at the top. I'll bring up the stage here real quick just to show you guys the what's at stake here tonight. Again, Schaefer probably okay, never mind.
I can bring it up. I can bring it up.
Sure.
I have an account. I can bring it up.
Oh my God.
Okay.
All right. I'll let Neil do it. But yeah, so Matthew Schaefer, Michael Misa has been named to. I believe the one international star that's been mentioned too has been Antoine Frondel as well. So let us know what you guys think as well tonight. Who's going to get the number one overall pick tonight? Let's quickly go through some of the comments as Neil brings that up. As Jared's checking in, what's going on, Jared? The Jets game was absolutely insane last night. Couldn't agree more, my friend. Couldn't agree more. EG bringing it up the fact that it's fine for me because the Sharks Blackhawks are playing each other in my second round of the non-playoffs.
There you go.
I don't even know if you want to call it that at this point, right? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Liam's checking into the game too. What's going on, Liam? Good stuff. So Neil,
I almost got it.
Who gets it tonight? Who gets the number one pick?
Okay. I have the article, by the way. I don't know do you want me to bring it up real quick? just for people to see.
Amazing. Yeah, if you want,
All right.
absolutely.
All right, here we go. So in tier one, you have Matthew Schaefer,
And
as
then
you
we'll
mentioned. You have Michael Misa, James Hagens, a guy who's kind of been up and down in terms of whether he could be the first overall pick. Porter Martone, Caleb Desnoyers. I hope I said that right. Feel like
Yep.
I
Yeah,
didn't.
he's been up there as
Anton,
well. Yep.
Anton Frondel, a guy who he's been a big talk in Europe, probably one of the better European defensemen. You have Radim Murtka, which
Centerman for
I think
Fundell. Yeah.
I think, Kyle, that I would love to see Redeem get taken by the Kraken for the sole reason that the fact that he plays for the Seattle Thunderbirds in junior
That's
hockey.
right.
You have Victor
That's
Eklund as
right.
well. Jake O'Brien. Jake O'Brien's another guy whose name has popped up of late. Brady Martin, and there's a bunch more. But
Yes.
I think everybody gets the point.
Yep. It's gonna be on ESPN
Shannon,
and Sportsnet.
there
Sportsnet
you go.
and ESPN, and we'll also make sure that we'll keep you guys up to date with live coverage as well.
Yes.
It's gonna kick off in about 5 minutes or so here. Do you have any predictions on who's gonna get it tonight?
You know, I said earlier today that I think the Flyers move up to the number 3 pick, but then I found out that they can't. They really have no
They
chance.
ultimately can't. It's like one,
They
two,
ultimately
or
they can move up to like 1 or 2, but they can't move up to 3 from. So I find that interesting. But I think
yeah.
looking at it and everything, I think that the one prediction I'll have is I think that the Seattle Kraken will be in the top 3. I think they'll move in. I don't know where exactly they'll be, but I think that's
Okay.
it. And in terms of who do I think gets number 1 pick, I think the Sharks end up getting it. I don't
You
think there'll
just
be. I don't know if I'll necessarily say that there's a lot of movement there, so I'm going to
oh,
go
okay.
with that.
Okay. I for some reason have a sneaky suspicion about Philadelphia.
Interesting, very interesting.
I feel like Philadelphia for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like Philadelphia is gonna for some reason get into that top 3. So the way it's gonna break down is this. So what they're gonna do is probably go through the first 8 teams or so. They're gonna rally them off very quickly. They'll take a break for a second. They'll come back. They're gonna do the rest of them all the way up till the top 3. So it's gonna have that kind of suspense, quote unquote, here. With the top 3 picks, and then they'll get to the top, and then they'll announce the 3rd pick, and then they're going to announce between the 2 teams, whoever it may be, who gets the number 1 overall pick.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm curious about if any of the teams, like for example, I don't know, I'll take Calgary, Vancouver, or Utah's of the world. Like if it's one of those scenarios where they get inside the top 10 for some reason, I'd be curious to see if something like that happens.
I mean, it's possible. It is possible. I mean, look, it is a lottery at the end of the day. I think it
It is.
just, it literally is a bunch of ping pong balls, and you're hoping that yours is the one that ends up being number 1, which is the big thing. I always find it interesting because I don't think a lot of people know this, but the way the lottery actually works is all of the owners of the teams that are involved
Mhm.
are all in a room, and they are the ones who are actually watching the lottery go down live with the
Yeah.
ping pong balls and everything.
So they already know.
And they already know, and they are required, obviously, to not have their phones, don't tell anybody. It's just kind of like that. So the only people that are really kept in suspense are us and the GMs of these teams. And, I think and that's pretty much it. So I find it interesting. So by the time we get to the actual coverage of the lottery,
Mhm.
it's very likely that the owners already know. I think that's fair to say.
And hopefully we don't see any of the reactions from them, right? Like, I hope that's the case that they can
No, I
just
don't.
like,
I think what they normally do is that they might show a clip of it after the fact, like
and you know what?
after.
I think the general managers might not know
No, they don't know. They don't know.
unless the owners decide to tell them
No, no,
before
no,
they
no,
already
no,
go on,
no.
which
The
would be
rule, the
stupid.
rule is, because I found this out watching the lottery the last couple of years. It is not the GMs do not know. They're not told because the
Right.
owners are not allowed to tell them.
Right. Okay.
Because really, what you want, especially for TV purpose, you want to have that like live reaction
Suspense.
to
You
it,
need the
right?
suspense,
Yeah.
of course. Yeah.
I'm kind of curious to know if it's going to be a virtual thing or if a bunch of the like we used to have where like a bunch of the GMs are there in person. I'd be very curious. It's actually being held in my state where I'm from. It's being held in Secaucus, New Jersey. That is where this lottery is being held because that's where the NHL and NHL Network office is. Fun fact.
Sorry, I just had a good laugh at that town name.
Secaucus, yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
it's a
funny, funny.
transit hub for a lot of people.
It is.
So
Also, too, tonight, guys, you have game one between the Florida Panthers and the Toronto Maple Leafs kicking off at 8 o'clock tonight. You'll have the
right,
panel get set
we do have
at
hockey tonight.
7:30. We do have hockey tonight. For us, for live watch-alongs, you'll see tomorrow night, we are going to be live for Golden Knights Oilers game one. And Grant will be the one covering that one. Really unfortunate that we couldn't do last night's game.
Or Saturday's game,
Or Saturday's game.
but maybe more last night. But I mean,
Yeah.
again, it was just phenomenal last couple of days. I think the NHL is reaping the benefits of how this has gone the last couple of days. And then you have the lottery tonight, which is also a
true.
very interesting thing. And we think about, is this lottery as exciting as the NBA lottery? I would say no. Usually the NBA lottery gets
It
well, I think
depends.
the way it's set up in the NBA, they do a better job because they really make an event. I think the NHL is getting there in terms of making it more of an event.
Yeah,
Um,
it's getting there, though. No, I
it's
agree. It's
getting there.
getting there.
100%, 100%. And we did find out.
Number one,
Actually,
by
no,
the way,
I'm
Liam.
thinking of
They
the
can,
wrong.
they can get up to number one, by the way. I just want to
Number
answer that.
one, yes.
All right.
I wonder. I'm trying to figure out where they usually where the draft is this year. I'm blanking.
All right, we are just getting set here real quick, so I'm going to let everybody know that I will be giving live up to date on each pick, letting everybody know exactly what's going down
Can we
here.
alternate?
Yeah, if you want to alternate, for sure.
Can we
I just
alternate?
want to make sure. I just want to make sure that
that'd be
we're
kind of
like,
fun.
well, hopefully we can sync up, okay? Unless you're
Probably
5
not.
minutes ahead of me.
Well, if
So-
I'm watching on TV and you're watching on a stream, we already know what the answer to that is.
You got it. Let us know, guys, too, as well, who you think the number one overall pick is going to be.
Utah.
They'll first go over the rules set, and then we will begin with the 16th overall selection,
Mm-hmm.
which
Fun.
I'm not looking forward to as a Flames fan because I'm already ready.
Oh, look who's in the chat, Kyle.
Oh man,
It was going to jump to number 5.
they're only going to jump to number 5 if the social media account team decides that way.
Oof.
If they decide to like hack it for whatever reason.
Bad couple days.
That's a tough. I saw one comment where a guy was like, "Hey, I accidentally clicked on one of those accounts, and my son like decided to, whatever, go through one of those Bitcoin sites. It's like, can you reimburse me now?"
Oh God.
It's like, whoa.
Yeah, it's
Oh man.
you really do have to be careful with
You
like
do.
what you click on, especially on like something like Twitter.
You do.
It's not
right.
fun.
All right, so we're getting set here again. Just to let everybody know, here it picks 1 to 11. You're gonna know those are the teams that are the only ones in contention for the number one overall pick. Below that here, Red Wings below, they can only move up a total of 10 spots if they get selected. So again, we're going to begin shortly here with the 16th overall selection to begin this draft lottery. You ready to go, Neil?
I'm ready to go, and I think Craig Conroy of the Calgary Flames is ready to go. He has like the biggest smile on his face.
Maybe he knows already.
What is he? What is he?
What does he know?
And they're
What does he
showing
know?
on ESPN, at least they're showing some like watch parties, and it's really sad with the Kraken one because it looks like there's only like 6 or 7 people.
All right, I'm
watching.
gonna zoom in a little bit here. Just gonna zoom in, and we're gonna start right at the bottom here, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh wait, I'm trying to remember. You might have explained it before, but I'm trying to remember.
Nope, too close.
Can the teams who have no chance of getting the number 1 pick, can they also like move within like respectively like 16 to 12?
Yeah, they can move up. Yes, like you mean.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. So the high.
Yeah.
So as an example here, to start with the Calgary Flames. Wow, Craig Conroy looks way too happy. out of all the GMs, he's just sitting there like
he was like he. I think like somebody told him that they were finally like live, and he was like, "Oh, great."
He was like, "Oh, okay, I gotta put up my teeth." So, for example, here, if for some reason the Flames, if they show the Canucks as the 16th pick here, that would mean the Flames moved into the top 10. If they show that it's the Montreal Canadiens here, well, then there you go. It's just business as usual. So maybe the easiest example here can be, let's take Columbus here, for example. If they are not shown and it's Detroit instead in the 13th pick, that tells you that Columbus has moved all the way up to, I believe, the 3rd overall selection, if I'm not mistaken. So
Yes.
we will make sure to cover that for you guys. We're just going to get started here momentarily here again with the 16th overall pick. So the first 2 teams that you can either see here will either be they'll show the Calgary Flames logo, but it's really Montreal's, or Vancouver for craziness to start.
Yep.
So I'm really hoping for it to go the other way, man.
We actually literally just now on this draft lottery, we just got announced the Calder Trophy finalists for Rookie of the Year.
Okay.
So we have Lane Hudson from the Montreal Canadiens,
No surprise.
Macklin Celebrini from the San Jose Sharks, and Dustin Wolf of the Calgary Flames. So those are your finalists for the Calder Cup, not the Calder Cup, the Calder Trophy, excuse me.
Beautiful.
Year.
Let's go. That's awesome. Oh, I'm getting it too on my end here.
This is that it's one of the few times where ESPN and TSN kind of come together, because on the broadcast,
yeah,
it's
Calder Trophy. There you go. Wow.
You know, you'll get like TSN guys as well as ESPN guys. I find that very fascinating.
So Celebrini, guys, had 25 goals and 38 assists for 63 points. Lane Hudson had 6 goals and 60 assists. And Dustin Wolf had a 2.64 goals against average and a 910 save percentage with 3 shutouts on the year. All righty. Those are your Calder Trophy finalists. Let us know in the chat who you think is going to end up winning the Calder Trophy. And we are about to get underway here with the draft lottery. You think so? We got a guy picking Detroit number 2. Very interesting. Okay, as we have Sam Cosentino here on Sportsnet on my end, getting us set here. Going through some of the prospects real quick here. One of the highly touted prospects, James Haggins here,
You're
projected, excuse me.
Behind me for sure.
Okay, yeah.
They're already talking about Matthew Schaefer on my end.
Well, we got to talk about Haggins, so there you go. Schaefer so far is the consensus number 1 pick, although things can change here. Michael Misa also has been highly touted as a top 3 pick. They've been talking about James Haggins as well, too, and numerous others as well. So just quickly going through some player profiles here, and then we're going to get everybody set here for they will start with the 16th selection here. Yeah. If I've learned anything, Detroit will fall to 15.
Oh, jeez.
That's some high optimism, boys.
There's the Iser plan is not really working out the way that I think we're hoping.
Not ideal, I don't think here. Not ideal.
Unfortunately, this is a virtual event. This really kind of sucks.
I understand though. Like, it's half hour. It doesn't need to be a long, drawn out process. You know, it's a quick, like, let's get it through.
But then again, the NBA makes all the GMs like come and do it. So I kind of feel like there's no excuse personally, but
it's true.
It is what it is. It's honestly,
All right.
Michael Misa's Misa's just sitting in his room, his like bedroom. This is hilarious.
Exciting times though for those young guys, especially like if you're looking at, and we'll eventually get to some of the top teams here, but I left it like this just because we're going to roll through some of the lower teams here first, just so until we get to eventually the top 3.
Yes.
All right.
Just for everybody's reminder, the 2025 NHL Draft will be at the Peacock Theater in Los Angeles, California on June 27th and 28th of this year.
Perfect.
That is, I was wondering before. I had forgotten where it was going to be held. So,
I don't remember. I don't remember where it was going to be held.
Yeah.
I forgot about that too. But yes, it's going to be held in LA.
We do have some time here. So, some NHL news that came out today. The LA Kings are cleaning house.
GM and coach
fired, as well as their head coach. So they'll be looking for new
tomorrow night. Sorry, Zarbian. Tomorrow night we'll be doing Golden Knights and Oilers tomorrow night.
Yes.
Go ahead. Sorry.
That should be good. No, you're good. You're good. NHL also announced that there will be an international event to replace the 2026 All-Star Game leading up to the draft. Leading up to the Olympics next February.
Thank goodness.
Thank God. Oh, there it is. There's this. What is the suitcase? What am I looking at?
Not the suitcase.
Why is this like Secret Service?
Do you want to go through it? Like, do you want to do it? Do you want to go
Yeah,
through
sure.
it,
Why
each
not?
one?
I'll do
You
it.
want to build up the suspense? I'm okay if you go through
Okay,
each
so
one.
they're putting. Oh, wait a minute. Is this? Oh, did they change how this works? So they're just gonna put the.
All right.
They're
Michael
just gonna.
checking in here, looking for Go Hawks here. Hawks, by the way. We'll get up closer to the top when we get closer to these teams.
So we're
Chicago
literally watching the ping
second.
pong balls go in the machine live.
Yes.
I'm confused. How is this working again? I thought they already knew.
No, so it's probably already been predetermined. This is just for show at the end of the day.
This is just for
It's mainly just for show, a lot of it, yeah. Unless this is like a lie. Like I think they actually
There's no
said
way it's a live thing like
it
this.
is a
There's
lot.
I'm
It is a live thing. So
Oh, it is a live thing. Wonderful.
so
So we
all right.
actually so not even the owners know.
Okay, no, I lied. I want to do it. I want to do
All
it.
right, go ahead, you do it.
I want to do it.
Even though
All right. So, yeah, so I guess what's going to happen here, guys, this is the first time
11.
where actually it's going to be all live. It's not the owners are actually going to find out at the exact same time here. So what's going to
Everybody
happen
will
here
know
is
at the same time.
all the ping pong balls are going to be dropped. 1, 2, all the way 1 through
Here
16.
we go.
All the ping pongs are going to get dropped. They're going to go into the system. And they're going to get all messed up here.
Press the button.
And yeah, so this is
Time
so
to
this
next
is actually
ball.
live for the owners specifically as well too,
Oh,
because
it's
nobody knows.
starting. It's begun. The balls are in the thing.
All right,
And they're bouncing like peas in a pod.
on all the peas in the pod. Number 8.
So
there
there's
there
30
is 14
seconds
balls. Excuse me.
between each ball, by the way.
Yes, that's correct.
This is really dumb.
So Neil, you'll probably know a little bit beforehand.
Yeah,
So
I'll be quiet.
I don't know. I just got excited because I'm excited to do this. Here we go. This is the first year they are doing a live poll, though. So I forgot to mention that to everybody. It is a live poll, and there is a total of 14 balls that are getting dropped in
All right.
to the
First
machine.
ball has been
Machine?
shot up
Sure.
into the air.
You got her.
What does
All
this
right.
mean? I have to actually figure out for myself what this means.
Yeah, this is definitely.
First
If you can
draw.
figure it out too, this is definitely different.
So,
Okay, so the ball dropped,
uh-huh.
and they're starting to get mixed here. Alrighty.
Oh, you are really
This,
far behind.
if yeah, sorry, I know I am.
It's
So
all
there
good.
will. So they're just gonna pull one out basically each time.
What does the first draw mean? This is different than what I remember.
I don't know. I don't
I'm
know.
very-
Oh,
why-
here we
Why
go.
did
So
they
they
change this? Why did they
So-
change it?
thank you for putting this, by the way. They pull 4 out, and each team has a set list of numbers. First pull for number 1, second set of 4 is for the second pick.
So they're just not. So we're not doing the traditional thing. We're not
Okay,
going to
so
go
the first ball that comes up here, guys, this is not a tradition at all. Number 7.
Second one was just revealed
So
on
it's
my
like a
end.
lottery ticket almost. Okay, so the Flames have officially been taken out now. So with that, okay,
What was-
sure, this makes a lot
and-
of sense.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, so the Flames have been taken out, guys. Is the Montreal
Okay.
Canadiens who were selecting
Oh!
16th overall
This
in
is
this
rough.
year's draft.
So, like, does the rest of the lottery? So, does the rest of the order just stay the same?
I guess I don't know.
What is this stupid lot? I don't like this.
This is weird. This is
This is
certainly
like
weird.
This is beyond stupid. We still have
Yeah.
47 minutes of this draft lottery. So my question is like,
No, we
better
only have
not-
no, we have 15 minutes. It's a half-hour segment.
well, on my end it says 47 minutes until
They'll do
until
post-reaction stuff. They
playoff
won't.
game.
Okay, so the next ball is being dropped here, and it's number 11. This is so weird.
All right, third ball on my end has been dropped.
Okay. So
Okay.
with number 11 being dropped, Vancouver, Utah, Columbus, and Detroit, they will all select, as you guys see here, up to Detroit 16 through 12. That is exactly what it
Oh.
looks, 16 through 12. Neil with a
Oh.
reaction here, so it means that something big has gone down.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 16 through 12 has been
This is
selected.
actually not. Wow. Wow.
Okay. So the way you guys see here now, 11 and up can still be changed.
Woo.
Let's see what goes down here.
Go to
as the
commercial,
next,
please, so Kyle can catch up. Please
as
go to
the-
commercial.
It's
Please
okay.
Go to commercial.
Next ball is going to be dropped in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. So the next ball is up, and it is the number 12.
Kyle, watch the board. Just watch the
Okay.
board.
So the board will now be presented. 12 is up. The Rangers, the Predators, the Bruins, and the Ducks are now out.
Yes.
They do not have a chance to win the number 1 overall pick. Again, it's the Rangers, the Ducks, the Bruins, and the Predators do not have a chance. So you have to get a certain number of balls correct, I guess, in order to get the number 1 pick.
Yes.
Okay.
So I think what
Final
happened,
ball
all
needed
the
to win.
teams
This
that
is
didn't
weird.
get it.
I
They
hate
just
this.
stay where they are, I think.
I hate this. This is so weird.
This is a stupid. I miss the old one where they would just like, they'd go through and they'd like show a card.
Yeah, I know. Like, just
This
keep it
is
simple.
dumb.
You don't
I
need
don't like this.
you don't need to do this. No, this is silly.
This is a waste of time.
It is. So there will be another
dumbing
ball to be dropped, and that's I hate this. I did not think this is what it was going to be.
Yep.
This is brutal.
Yeah, this is
because
Look,
now
don't get me
nobody
wrong,
knows.
I enjoy
Nobody
the
knows
fact-
what's going on.
I enjoy the fact that first of all, we have like 66 people in here, so thank you to everybody who's hanging out with us.
Thank you. We're trying to learn as we're on
But
the
we're
fly
trying to learn
here.
here because like it didn't make sense. It doesn't. This is kind of. I agree. Yes.
I agree. This is not what I was expecting.
Yeah. This is stupid.
Okay. So for everybody to catch up to speed here, it's like a literal trying to win the lottery, right? Where you get a
It's
ticket.
literally trying to win the lottery. That's essentially what this is.
So what we know so far
Awesome.
is Nashville. What did I say? Nashville.
Can you
Boston.
like what's it called? Can you like refresh this and it'll like update itself?
Well, it's Tankathon, so probably
No,
not.
I know, but like wouldn't it like update? Maybe not.
Yeah. No, I know.
Damn.
No, it won't. Trust me, it won't.
It stinks. All right.
So just to
All right.
clarify again, Boston, Nashville. Who did I say? Boston, Nashville, Buffalo,
Boston
and the
and
Ducks
Nashville are
have
out.
been taken out.
Seattle and Buffalo are still in it. Chicago and San Jose are still
Yeah, they're
in
still
it.
in it. The
And
Ducks
then
have been taken out.
The
I believe the
Penguins
Rangers have been taken out as well.
and the Islanders are still in it. And
This
the Penguins,
is
I think.
probably the dumbest lottery format ever. Like,
On my end, they're saying it's
I
about
hate this.
40 seconds until the draft lottery continues. And there's this stupid live small screen of just ping pong balls continuously bouncing around for no reason.
do the pick thing. Just make it easier. Just do the pick. You don't. You don't need to.
I thought you were
don't
telling
need
me
to
to
do
just
this.
take over.
No. I'm just saying. But it's like, what are we doing? This stupid ball. Like, if you're gonna do that with just the owners behind the scenes, just do it. Don't even worry about it. Why, like, as fans, do we need to know this? Just keep it simple. Like, all right. So, do you know the names again that they crossed out? The early ones that were taken out of contention.
Yeah.
Here?
If you go
Nashville.
down, Seattle should be out. They are not. They are still in it.
So again, Nashville, Seattle, the Ducks, and I believe the Rangers do not have a chance at the number 1 pick.
You are correct. So here we go. So we got San Jose, Chicago, Philly, Seattle, Buffalo, Pittsburgh, Islanders. Those are the 7 teams that are still left to win the lottery. So now,
Yeah, that's right. That's
we
right.
are about ready to see the final ball, and somebody's.
Do you want to call it? I'm actually
Sure, why not? I don't
mad.
care.
Like, you
Sure,
do
why
it.
not? Sure, I'll do it. So they're still showing the board here. Surprisingly, they really just said screw the Bruins and said no. I mean, is this really rigged? We're watching it live. It's kind of hard to rig that.
It is.
I don't believe that it is. So we'll see. So now the final ball, and it's still bouncing. 10 seconds. You already did it for like 3 minutes.
I know.
You don't have to. Okay, whatever.
Wow.
So, okay, and we are at 0. All right. Final ball has been shot up in the air, and it's the number 13. So, let's see who wins
The
it.
Islanders are still in contention here.
Number 13.
Nashville, Boston, Anaheim, and the Rangers, guys, do not have a chance
Yes. So
at the
with
number 1 pick.
So we just had the final ball, which was number 13. I have it on mute for obvious reasons. So I'm just trying to kind of wait to see what happens.
Yep.
The deputy commissioner is speaking. I actually met him.
This is terrible.
I met
This
him.
is terrible for a presentation standpoint.
I
'cause
just want to know.
nobody understands what's
The
going on.
New York Islanders have won the draft lottery. The
What?
New York Islanders. What? Why?
What?
The New York Islanders have won the draft lottery. They get the number 1 overall pick.
No
I think they
way.
might show number. They're showing now. They're showing the order. So give me a second here. Islanders at 1. Any second now would be nice. If you could show who
Is it confirmed?
it is confirmed. The New York Islanders, in the shocking turn of events with a 3.5% chance, have won the draft lottery.
Wow.
So now the second draw, which I already forget what that means.
No.
Wow.
What? What? Okay, so this is by far the worst presentation of the draft lottery I've ever seen. Oh, here you go. Islanders win the number 1 pick.
Yeah.
What about the other teams now?
I think and the guy who's representing the Islanders is Kenny Morrow, former Olympic champion of 1980. He's one of the guys of player development for the Islanders. Yeah. So now they're doing the second draw. That's why it's taking this long, Kyle. That's why it's
What's
this
this
long.
point of the second draw? What's the point of this? What? This is so confusing.
Huh.
Like,
Okay,
the whole suspension,
Okay.
the
So now I'm
whole
seeing.
point.
All right, now I get it. It's been brought to my attention that this make that. So essentially, what we're watching here, Kyle,
What?
we are watching what the owners used to be watching for us.
We don't
So
care about that.
instead of the cards, we are actually watching it from the beginning. So I don't know. I'm
What?
I'm more like cool with it, but like it's still.
I'm more upset with I'm
I
really
feel like I
upset
should
with
have
this
done more
presentation.
research on this.
This is terrible. Whoever thought of this should be fired. This is ridiculous. Like, what are we doing here? Where's the suspense? Where's the don't fix what ain't broke, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is ridiculous. I can't.
And you know
I'm
what? The
so mad.
Islanders are one of those teams in this lottery where could you even really say it like, oh, this is rigged? Like, no, this is actually like pretty. Have the
Like,
Islanders ever had the
like,
number 1 overall pick?
It's not even it being rigged. Like, you want to call it like it is? Sure, that's your opinion. I'll leave it up to you. But for pure, you're trying to like sell the game here, and you just said it before we started here, like the NBA comparison to the NHL Draft Lottery here.
The NBA draft's the NBA draft lottery is fun.
What the? What are we doing?
Should we go live for that too?
No, God, no.
No. So wait a
God,
minute.
no.
Wait. No, the Islanders didn't win the lottery. It's a redraw. And the Islanders are now out. And now Calgary and Utah are in it, along with Boston, Nashville, Chicago, and San Jose. I am so confused.
This is the
Islanders.
dumbest.
What just happened? I'm very confused here.
We're all confused. This is making no sense.
Wait.
I'm shell-shocked at this. This is ridiculous. We can't follow along. What the hell is going on here? So they're doing a second draw now. I don't get it. I'm actually annoyed. This is crazy.
So I'm asking my friends. I'm asking
how is
someone
Calgary
to give me
all of a sudden
clarification
in
on
this?
Wait, you know what? Let's go to our trusty friend. Our trusty friend. Oh, okay. Now I get it. All right. Now we're here. Hold on. I'm in it now. So the Islanders won the lottery. They are redrawing for the second overall pick. That's why the Islanders are out, because they already won. So now we're doing this second one. There's number
Calgary
3
needs
on a
9
ball.
here.
So the second draw combination is 1, 5, 12, 3. So now let's see who ends up winning this second drawing I love how
This is a
we'll never know
joke.
the names of these other people that are involved in the lottery. So let's see who ends up getting the
I'm
second
so
overall
mad.
pick in this draft. Tension builds, hush comes over the crowd.
Oh, the tension builds. Ooh.
Oh, they should have gone
So
from 3 to
3
1.
actually was Utah.
It
Utah
might be
had a
Utah.
final ball needed to win, so Utah
Number
could be
2
moving up.
is the San Jose Sharks. And number 4 is the Utah Hockey Club. We don't know the number 3 pick just yet, which we will in a minute. So, what we currently have for everybody, just again for clarification, the New York Islanders won the lottery with the first overall pick. The San Jose Sharks moved from 1 to 2 and will have the second overall pick. And the Utah Hockey Club, who had a high chance of getting the second overall pick, ended up moving from 14th,
14th, excuse me.
14th all the way up to number 4 in the
Right.
lottery.
Yeah, because
So
they can
we
only move up 10
only have
spots.
picks 1, 2, and 4, and now we will go. We will now do a final draw, which I guess they'll go to commercial and then do it for the third overall pick.
So, I mean, great for Utah.
My friend is giving me grief for us bashing the lottery and not understanding what's going on.
Okay, so the Sharks are celebrating. So wait.
Yes.
Okay, so the Sharks, okay. Yeah, so
Yep.
okay. So the Islanders won the draft lottery.
So the Islanders won the lottery, and so now we know. So okay, let's take a minute. Remove. Hold on, I'll do
Oh,
it.
sorry. Yeah,
I'll do
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I'll do it. All right. So we have some time here because they went to commercial. So let me explain it to everybody who doesn't understand. And I think Kyle now, I think you might get it, but I'll tell it again anyway.
I'm
So
listening.
the first drawing that we watched was for the first overall pick.
Mhm.
That's what that was. So the Islanders won. The combination went the Islanders' way. They win the draft lottery. The second one was for the second overall pick. And that determined it. And because the Utah Hockey Club moved up, because they had the same combination as the Sharks, and
Right.
Utah can only move up 10 spots, they went from 14 to 4. And San Jose ended up only dropping 1 spot. So now there will be a third and final
Draw.
draw. I was going to say draw to determine the third overall pick, and then the rest of the order of the first 15 picks.
What a fumble. What a
And also,
fumble.
this is exactly how it goes. This is how it goes in the part where the owners would just watch and we didn't know about it. That's what this is.
What a fumble.
I wonder how they do it in the NBA. I wonder if it's like a thing.
It might be the same way. But like, yeah, that's super. What a way to screw this up. Like, genuinely, what a way to screw this up. So, in terms of surprises,
Got it.
we now know that the Islanders have won the draft lottery.
Yes.
And we now know that Utah has moved up 10 spots to the 4th overall pick.
Kyle, one of my friends is getting annoyed at you for the way you're not understanding and getting upset about this.
It's okay. No. I'm not mad about for not understanding it. That's on my own time. I don't care. I'm looking at it purely from a presentation perspective. Right?
Yep.
Nobody gives a shit about the lottery numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody cares.
Mm-hmm.
Right? From a pure presentation standpoint, you go from 16 and you go up. Honestly, that's what gets me here, right? Because the first thing that we found out, the Islanders won the draft lottery.
Yep. That's what we know.
Like, I don't like me understanding it is a completely different story. I'll literally read about this afterwards and then I'll understand it. That's not what I'm upset about.
What's gonna happen, Kyle, is you're gonna text me in like an hour and be like, okay, now I get it.
Well, like I know I do from what you explained, like, yes, I understand that.
Yep. So again,
And I'm not a stupid guy. Like, come on.
Just okay. So the rest of the lottery has been exposed
So
or
mad.
shown. So number 16 is Montreal, 15 is Vancouver, Columbus at 14, Detroit at 13, the Rangers at 12, Pittsburgh at 11, Anaheim 10, Buffalo 9, Seattle 8, Boston 7, Philadelphia 6, Nashville 5, Utah 4, Chicago at 3, San Jose at 2, and the New York Islanders at number 1. And they are the winners of the 2025 NHL Draft Lottery. And hopefully by that time, a new general manager will make that decision as
Yeah,
who they
that's
take with
right.
the first overall pick. Because they don't have, because Lou Lamoriello is not coming back. I'm curious to see what happens with Patrick Waugh.
Oh yeah,
And yeah,
they just throw everything in there. All right.
so
There
again,
you
for
have it.
anybody, for everybody's, also again, Friday, June 27th, 7 Eastern, live from Los Angeles, California, at the Peacock Theater in LA. That will be where the draft is.
I
Yay.
genuinely cannot believe what we just witnessed.
Kyle needs to go to bed.
I can't believe that we saw that.
Yeah. You are getting roasted by my friend right now.
I don't
I'm just
care.
You
I
don't care?
don't care.
Okay. So yeah, so I mean, we got some drama because two teams who were in double
After all that,
digits
yes. Yeah, we
in
did. We did
so
get
we got
drama.
what we wanted.
Yes.
Honestly, we did. We got movement, we got some interest, we got some drama. Well, not even drama. We just got some interesting movement. And you know what? It was really funny to watch the San Jose draft party. They were still pumped up, which I get. Totally get. Because you
But it's like
still
you
like,
guys lost.
yeah, but again, this is the
Yeah,
way
you
I'm
still get
thinking
the number
about
one. Yeah.
it. Let's think about it this way. You already
Okay,
have
sorry. I'm gonna pause it and I'm just gonna show I don't even care. I'm just gonna show the screen for everybody to show this is what the lottery looks like. So there you go.
oh,
There is the final
final.
selection of the 2025
Let me
entry
see.
draft. So there you go. Islanders, Sharks, Blackhawks, Utah. So really, the biggest losers here are probably Nashville, maybe, and below.
I would say,
I don't
trying to look
know.
here. I think the biggest
Oh, you
loser.
know what sucks actually is
You know what I think is the
Boston.
biggest loser? Honestly, you might not agree, but I think it's I definitely think it's Boston.
Yeah, yeah,
I think it's Boston because of the fact that if you're a Bruins fan, especially with how aggravating this season was and how aggravated and pissed off they are at Don Sweeney, right? For
mhm,
everything. I think this would have been at least the one thing that could have made everybody calm down if
sure.
they had finished with a top 3 pick and instead they fall to 7 and the Islanders get the pick. I mean, they're not really rivals with the Islanders, but like still. If you're
So
Nashville,
yeah,
you weren't expected to be in this in the first place. So like anything at this point would be great. So
yeah.
there you go.
So your winners are basically Utah and the Islanders. For Utah to jump from
Pretty
was it
much.
like 13th to all
I
the
mean
14th
Montreal.
to fourth.
I guess Montreal they get a pick.
Yeah, but we kind of knew that really going into
We
this.
knew that because it was going to be very unlikely for Calgary to
Yeah,
move up 10 spots.
yeah.
Um, Buffalo, man.
So the
This
Islanders now
Buffalo
have the rights to select Matthew Schaefer. In a year
14 Canadian.
where, I mean, it feels like this would be a good reboot for them, you know?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, because you can make the argument like if things didn't go right a certain way, the Islanders would be right there at the bottom, right? Utah,
Well,
this is a really good step in the right direction here for a new franchise as well too. To go all the way up to number 4 now is huge because now you
yeah.
can go look at guys like Michael Misa and Porter Martone and
Yeah.
or maybe Anton Frundell, like to now be the poster boy. It's like this is a really huge win for Utah, especially last year for selecting TG Ginla. This is big for I think for me it's Utah, obviously, and the Islanders to to be the winners here. Wow.
For sure. And I think that talking about Utah, I mean, you look at how this first year went for them. They were they were still in the hunt ish for a playoff spot down the, till the very last like 2 weeks or so. And I think that they definitely had a really solid first year getting the hype around the team.
Right.
And now you have an opportunity to draft a talented player, whoever that might be, with the 4th overall pick, something you could be really excited about. I think if you're San Jose, you have to. I think you're San Jose. I don't think you're like overly disappointed because,
No, not really.
again, as
No.
I mentioned before, there is no definitive number 1 overall pick. So it's like this would feel like it would have stuck more for San Jose if this was the Macklin Celebrini draft. Because that's
Yes.
the guy that like, oh, that's you're tanking for.
Clear
That's
cut
your,
number 1. Yeah.
right. This is where it's like it could be Schaefer, it could be Higgins, it could be 2 or 3 other guys. We don't know. It depends on the Islanders. I think if you're the Islanders, I think that Schaefer has to be the guy. I think.
Yeah, he's got to be the guy. You
He's
got
got to be the guy. I think for San Jose,
Michael Misa.
I'm like,
Michael Misa.
I
Yeah.
I like James Higgins and San
Higgins
Jose.
too. Yeah. Yeah. You pair up some of the American boys. Yeah.
And then look,
I
and I
agree.
think for San Jose and Chicago, it's simply like whoever the Islanders and San Jose don't pick. I've never been more confused in my life. Why don't they do what the NFL does? Well, because then that would promote
The incentive to
tanking.
lose. Yeah.
Yeah, that would promote tanking. Same thing in the NBA.
There you go.
That's why the NBA does. That's why the NBA does lottery. And I'll tell you right now, the new lottery system that the NBA has,
Yep.
it's worse. It's bad.
It is
People-
bad, but
because there's no movement. Because movement doesn't happen in the NBA lottery. At least we had movement here. And
We did.
also, Kyle, think about this, right? Think about the last like week for the Islander fans. Let's go in order. Lou Lamoriello's gone.
Yeah.
Thank God. Thank God. You win the draft lottery. That's awesome. You also still get to host a big event at your arena right before the Olympics, even though you were going to host the All-Star game.
and they pull it. Also, thanks, Becca.
Thank you. Doing well. Doing well.
Yeah.
So,
Anyway,
yeah.
cool. Well, that'll conclude the whatever that was.
The draft lottery.
The
That
draft
was
lottery, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations to
lottery.
the New York Islanders on getting the number 1 overall selection, and for Utah also jumping up all the way to number
I don't know if
4.
you brought this up really quickly. I don't feel bad for the Bruins.
I didn't know.
I'm just saying that they're like, if you're a Bruins fan, you have to be like disappointed.
Yeah, I'd be
Nobody in the league is
Oh, I
feeling
don't feel
sorry.
bad. No.
No one in the league is feeling sorry or bad for the Bruins. It's
Totally.
like we're at the
Totally.
point now where it's like it's about time that they join the rest of those,
They embrace the
bad
rest of
teams.
us.
It's like the Homer Simpson meme where they just tap in the chair and be like, "Come join us."
Yeah.
It's like that.
I'll have the meme out for me where it's like the numbers are going off in my head, like the
Yeah, right. It's like,
equations, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
you got to tweet out my live reaction to this lottery.
That's gonna be me.
Huh? So,
All right. Well, thanks for everybody for joining us. I know it was a short one tonight. We'll be back for live watch-alongs tomorrow night. Again, Grant will be doing the Vegas Golden Knights and the Edmonton Oilers for Game 1. Hope everybody enjoys Game 1 tonight for the Panthers and the Maple Leafs tonight at 8 o'clock. And we'll be out for maybe one later this week as well, too. We'll let everybody know kind of when that's coming around. So, all righty. Good stuff. We will see you all in the next live watch-along. Later, everybody.